We're going to take another look at the 2024 recruiting class, and we're going to shine a spotlight on 4-star edge rusher Sterling Dixon, who signed with Alabama. We're going to look at his highlights. We're going to look at his 24/7 Sports player profile page. But before we do all that, you need to click that subscribe button right now, because we're talking about the 2024 recruiting class every single day this offseason, player by player. And you need to know what your players look like before they hit the field. I'm your guy. Click that button. Stop missing out. But if you're here for just the highlights, fast forward a few minutes, you'll get there. But we need to get to know him a little bit. Here's his 24/7 Sports player profile page. 4-star prospect in both the composites and in the rankings. Ranked as the 22nd best edge in the class. 18th in the composite. 6'3", 211. So with him being listed lower in weights, I imagine he has increased that since it's dated. And on top of that, lets me know, since he's carrying a good ranking and a star rating, that he's got some speed and burst, so highlights should be fun. That being said, 32 offers. He's got some goods to his game. The college football market wanted him. Alabama, Arkansas, Auburn, probably other big-time Power 5 schools as well, just not noted here at the top. Going down here, we do have a scouting report. Unverified 6'3", 210 pounds, appears to possess growth potential to add additional weight to his frame, displays above average athleticism in his ability to play both on and off the ball linebacker position. So what this tells us, that he's got some speed to burn. That's what they're saying about the athleticism. They're saying he's quick for his position. That's what they're saying there, and that blends well from what I said earlier. And they did not have a verified size there, but growth potential. I like growth potential because it's not much to add 30-40 pounds in a couple off seasons. And as you're getting in the back nine of your collegiate career, you could be a big-time player. Quick, twitch, explosive player off the edge, good knee bend. Like I said, that was my guess from the top. So we're going to see that on tape. Good body quickness, more of a speed rusher at this point with physical development. I like physical development. That's easy upside to tap into, but flashes some speed. That's good. Has a tweener frame, likely need a year or two to add some weight, kind of like what I said before. But the upside's there if you got that speed. Miami, Auburn, Alabama, they all thought the same. 18 sacks in 2022. Don't have 2023 stats. 18 sacks in a high school football season, that's a lot. So we're productive. We're dominant. I like dominance. That's a big thing when I look at these players. Rankings are all over the place a little bit. 13 with On3, 22, 24/7 Sports, 32 ESPN. 6 with Rivals. Rivals really liked him. On3 liked him. The industry rankings likes him a good bit. 4-star prospect down the line. 6'1.5", 205. Alabama, Auburn, LSU. Tennessee, Michigan. Not just SEC schools, but Michigan's in there. I told you, more Power 5 schools were looking at him. I knew just from looking at the amount of offers, his size, the star rating, Alabama picking him up. Let's take a look at what's under the hood here. Let me know what you think. 7 minutes of highlights. I bet you these are going to be fun. I bet you these are going to be very good. I bet you 24/7 Sports, 24/7 Sports sleeping on this kid. Quick read, quick reaction, quick to the ball. That G's throwing me off. Stayed home, made sure the pursuit right by moving laterally. Smart kid. Because you probably could have just rushed it there and got to him. But getting there. Bam. You see him deliver that hit? Moving laterally good. Good pop, good stick. Creeping up there. There he is. He's a menace. Just what I thought, just from looking at the top. They want to hammer down his frame and size in that scouting report. Did you catch that? Like, every paragraph had it in there. Like, they just wanted to keep talking about that. Like, we get it. We noticed when we looked at his listed height and size and frame. We knew that. coming off the edge. He's screaming off the edge. He's a demon coming off the edge. He is a demon. Moving laterally well. Good quickness. Not just straight line speed. Lets me know he can hold contain. Saw him on a couple plays break it down as well. Not just go straight up for the ball. He's getting past guys. We're in coverage here. Sticking with it. Didn't pull up because the quarterback was pulling up. He's a menace. Give him some time. Give him some time. But the upside's there. He's gonna get him. Oh my God, that was nasty. That was nasty. Give him some time. You gotta stop ranking people for the now and really calculate the upside if this, and this happens. Because honestly, you're ranking potential anyways. And we know the hit rates for a lot of these players. I know what they did. They saw him going to Alabama. They saw his frame, and they're like, well, it's going to be a couple years, and if he does hit, they're not going to go back to these rankings. We have a good story to why. But the thing is, the upside here is so grand with the speed. Like, you're comparing him to a bunch of other edge rushers. There's not many edge rushers with this kind of speed coming off the edge in this class. There's just a handful of them. He's one of them. And again, adding size. You're talking about guys. I mean, he's a taller player with a long frame that moves like this. You're talking guys with supreme athleticism. And you get him in an Alabama weight room, they're going to pack it on quick. Give him 2 off seasons. He'll be look like a different guy. He'll look like a different guy. I'm not worried about that. If that's the biggest concern on a player, he's reading things good. He's flowing with the line good. In trash, getting to the running back. Let's see that. If that's the biggest concern on a player and everything else is checking out, from what I feel inside, is that player's got a lot of upside. The likelihood of hitting is good. And if they don't hit, then that's a work ethic thing to me. But I'm also a lifelong gym rat, so that just comes naturally to my thought process. Stays home. Stays home. He could have fanned out on that play and not got that tackle. Stayed home. He can stay home pretty good. And he knows he's got that burst speed. He moves laterally well, too. He's confident with it. If not, he wouldn't be staying home. Good read. Good read. Works in trash very well. He's got a good feel. He's got a good motor. Gets there. He breaks it down, too, before the tackle. And that. Bam. Smart player. He's a smart player when it comes to contain. When it comes to not over pursuing. Not getting too egregious. Not getting greedy on the tackles. He's a very good player when it comes to those. When it comes to that. Like, I'm not lying. That is... Like, let's just say the size adjusted speed here, the speed coming off the edge, that's a given trait. Everyone's going to call that out. That would be the number one trait I would have to say about him that if I had to describe him. Let's throw that out the window. That's too easy. His ability to stay home and not get sucked in. While on the edge, his ability to break down, and because a lot of this, for when you're that type of player and you're that much more athletic than what you're going up against, it's easy just to take it for granted and just go up and get the tackle. But he's keeping the finer nuances in there. He's keeping the mechanics in play. And still making the play happen. Because really, he could just, some of those plays, he could just be more dominant and just rip after it. But really, at the next level, you can't do that. So he's really working on that, showing that on the field. It's a good thing to see, and we're seeing it, I think, probably on 5-10 plays. And I called it out a bunch of times. This is a very good player. It's a very good prospect. We got a lot of upside here. There's a lot to work with on this kid, and I like it a lot. What I like about him a lot is that I can see the growth potential, and it's easy. The pathway's there for it. 24/7 Sports did not like it. It was in every other line of his scouting report about his size, but they did not list a lot of the other traits that I pointed out here in the video. I like how he stays home. He's very smart. He's a very cerebral player. He works down the line very good. In trash, he still feels it. He has a good vision. He's got a good feel of what's going on to get to that running back. And that's a very good trait to have. He holds contain well. He is very disciplined. He is a very disciplined player on the field. He's very disciplined, which means he could be disciplined outside the field. So the weight room may be a good thing here at Alabama for him. You could be seeing him in these next couple of years ascending because we got that speed off the edge. It's Alabama. We got a lot of dogs there, but he's got a lot of dog in him as well. It's going to be fun. This is a player to pay attention to. This is a player to watch. This is a player to root for. This is a fun one. This is fun. You root for these players that are like this because the scouting services are trying to cast them away a little bit. But you see it on the tape and you're like, what? So you kind of root for them a little bit more because of that. Someone's got to root for these kids and not just their family. We got to as well. Because they got some upside, they got some talents. Let's see what's going to happen with him. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. I want to thank you for watching. Catch you on the next video.